From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. Israelis are holding vigils and somber ceremonies today to mark 1 year since Hamas's October 7th attacks on southern Israel. The surprise attacks that killed more than 1,200 people and saw another 250 abducted and held as hostages were the deadliest in Israel's history and sparked the ongoing war in the Gaza Strip. On this 1 year anniversary of the attack, mourners gathered at the site of an Israeli music festival for a memorial service honoring the 364 people killed at that site. Those included Montreal man Alexander Luke, as well as the 40 hostages who were taken that day. ABC's Josh Eininger was on the scene this morning.
Their pictures are all throughout this field, also covered with their family members who have made a pilgrimage. We're about an hour south of Tel Aviv. I actually just heard someone sound like screaming in anguish not too far from where I am. It's a very active situation right now as this vigil gets underway here.
A Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza says the Israeli counteroffensive has left more than 41,000 Palestinians dead. Now, the Israeli army says it has shot down 4 rockets, it says Hamas launched into Israel today on this anniversary. Ceremonies, events, and protests are being held in some cities across Canada today to mark the 1 year anniversary of that Hamas attack.
Jewish groups across Canada are holding events in cities including Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver to mourn the victims of the attack and call for the return of hostages still being held by Hamas. Several protests are also planned to show solidarity with the Palestinian people, including in Montreal, billed as supporting Palestinians' fight for total liberation. The groups that organized a months-long encampment on McGill University's downtown campus in Montreal last spring and summer are also planning a walkout and march from Concordia University to McGill this afternoon. A vigil organized by Jewish groups is also planned for this afternoon at the main gates of McGill's downtown campus. McGill is restricting access to its campuses today. Many classes will be held online. David Bowles, The Canadian Press.
Global Affairs Canada says it has now helped more than 1,000 passengers leave Lebanon as Israel's widening conflict with the Lebanese-based militant group Hezbollah intensifies. The department says one flight on Saturday open to Canadians in Lebanon carried out 126 passengers. Another yesterday carried out 139. Ottawa is urging Canadians to flee Lebanon. Florida is gearing up for what could be a massive evacuation not seen in 7 years as Hurricane Milton strengthens over the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Last night, Milton was 1,239 kilometers west-southwest of Tampa, and it's moving eastward toward major Florida population centers, including Tampa and Orlando. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, both of baseball's best-of-5 National League Division Series are tied at a game apiece after the Philadelphia Phillies and the San Diego Padres recorded Game 2 wins Sunday. The Phillies scored a run in the bottom of the ninth to edge the visiting Mets 7-6, and the Padres, with 6 home runs, crushed the LA Dodgers 10-2. In NBA preseason basketball, Canada's own R.J. Barrett scored 17 points, and hometown favorite Chris Boucher added 13 as the Toronto Raptors opened their preseason schedule in Montreal Sunday by dunking the Washington Wizards 125-98 at the Bell Center. The teams play again Friday in Washington, D.C. LeBron James and his son Bronny made NBA history when they played together for the first time Sunday during the L.A. Lakers preseason game against the Phoenix Suns. LeBron and Bronny are the first father and son to play in any NBA game at the same time, let alone the same team. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.